areas, don't worry, buddy. Seriously, though. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only, the Azothan, and we are back with another episode of Azeroth Wars. This is going to be a shoutcast. Today's episode will, of course, be focusing on a mass war map. The name is Azeroth Wars. It is a custom map that takes place in the Warcraft 3 engine. It is control point based, meaning that you earn money by controlling area, aka these little circles on the ground. Generally, you won't be able to hang on to it if you don't actually control the area. However, harassment and taking over previous swaths of enemy territory that they've gone through is a viable option. Lumber is harvested normally, and the goal of the game is for one of the 12 players now taking control of the factions of Warcraft just before the events of Warcraft 3 to survive till the end. There are some teams, but those teams can fall apart as we go. Let's go ahead and mention them. First off, we have the Lordaeron Alliance, consisting of the people of Lordaeron, the Mages of Dalaran, and the Elves of Quel'Tha Lost. They will be fighting against the Demons of Outland, with a small base in Alterac and location in Northrend as well, and the Undead, of course, Demons and Undead being allied and attempting to first fight the North Alliance. Over in Kalimdor, we're going to have the Night Elves and the Druids attempting to fight against Thrall's Horde and Graz. In the south, we will have the Dwarves and the Stormwind versus the Orcs of the Fell Horde. Fell Horde Orcs will start out controlled by Aunshi, with a base in Blackrock and the Inner Sanctum as well as controlling most of Outland and a significant source of creep gold. One of the most significant sources of creep gold in the entire game. The second being Stranglethorn Forest, which Dark Green has access to. The Dwarves will have to do their very best with what they're given. Every race sort of has options for creep. Elves have the Trolls in Quel'Tha Lost. Undead have to take over the Nerubians in Outland, or the Nerubians in Northrend and Azrael Nerub. Demons get to argue with OJ over bandits here in the south. The Horde has all of Kalimdor, which is filled with races that have no business being in the Horde Alliance and so will definitely die. And of course there are a few bosses hidden around the map, such as Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, Cthulhu, the Old God. That's right. So if you feel like taking those on, feel free. However, let's go ahead and focus on the first fights of the game. Those will be the North Alliance versus Evil and the South Alliance versus Teal. The Horde generally has a slower ramp up to aggressions. However, I'm going to go ahead and shut up now because Marcel is running directly through Ashenvale Forest right now, opening himself up to a lot of damage, but no actual, well, maybe 1 or 2 deaths here. We might lose a grunt in the back. But Marcel over here, I don't know what he's planning. Alright, now he's actually starting to fight. There goes some chain heals, backing off to the Warsong Lumber Camp where he will have reinforcements. Thankfully, our Night Elven player isn't quite ready to assault that yet. With 0 upgrades and absolutely nothing consisting of siege, he's not going to want to push there until his druidic ally makes his way through Fellwood and is able to help him. The first push out from Evil Team, aka the Legion of the Undead, is going to be from Alterac and Skolamans, trying to break Anderhall and take control, swaying how the battle plays out. OJ's going for the first push here, getting as many units as he can into the... Okay. It seems I'm zooming in because I don't know if it'll ever zoom me out, but I don't really care. I know Azeroth Wars enough to actually know where I am and what's going on. So in Alterac right now, these Alterac watchtowers are the thing to be careful for. They have multi-shot, and their multi-shot does so much damage if left unattended to. OJ is able to surround it and start doing some serious damage to it. However, Undead and Legion try to move down, killing off one of Green's healers, and I love the Whirlwind from Jubithos there, convincingly pushing OJ back. Now, if Blue is smart enough to make a worker, he can repair the Alterac Watchtower and have lost nothing for that engagement, except for this weird two-pronged fight that they're on right now. Overall, I would say that the Alliance is at a disadvantageous position. Now, that's all that matters. Purple's moving down into the fight. He's only got Footmen and some Chaplains in the back, but he is focusing on Chaplain upgrades, meaning that he has Cleanse and Renewal. Renewal is the heal over time ability, much like Rejuvenation, allows the humans to stay in the fight for a much longer time. However, he's already lost Arthas Menethil in the combat, seemingly didn't get Divine Shield. Now back up the fight, Anderhall is hugely under attack, and Kirasami I know you know that this is not good. He's managed to bring most of his army down. Sylvanas is now in the fight with a few priests and archers, but it's not going to be enough against the undead, and it looks like OJ certainly can't push in. Green Kirsami's Elven Maguses are down south, and I think his hero is as well. Yeah, all of his Maguses are down south, and as long as OJ is not pushing, Green's not making a difference with his chain heals. And here we go! The Night Elves, the Druids, have finally arrived in Kalimdor and are driving back the forces of Grom's Horde. Yeah, that's right. You thought you could tag this entire... Oh, no, but Grom is now joined by Thrall and the Farseers. This combined force could be enough to force back Brown, and I think Light Blue is probably still licking his wounds back here. No, Ray is mostly located in Ashenvale, but does have a force led by Rexar that is creeping southern areas, taking over towns like Zul'Farrak and moving into Ungur. And I haven't even checked in on the south, which is a terrible situation to be in. I'm so sorry. There's just so much going on. Finished Blackrock. I think I got him, says Yellow. Well, Yellow, the dwarves ran into Blackrock Fortress and have been wiping out the Fell Orcs down here. Let's check their upgrades. 1-1 into the melee and attack of his units from our Dwarven player, Aunshi. And now seems to be trying to focus his efforts on taking out Sentinel Tower as well. It may work. Dark Green is in a spot of trouble here. Yusuf. Oh, God. Aunshi. Proper use of Cossack stuns, AoE, and cripples will be useful here. However, here comes the Horde deciding that their time to move into Ashenvale is now. Tyrande and the rest of her forces are down in the south, Thousand Needles, while Cenarius and the rest of the Druids are trying to stop the Horde from moving into Fellwood. Now, Fellwood's not that big of a loss. Come on. All right, Dark Green's keeping his forces up. You can see, look at Teal trying to aim those casters, those heroes. Despite Teal winning on nearly every other front, I think the Dwarves are going to make it through here. Oh no, Malfurion's Storm Rage is down. I think the Horde is winning in Ashenvale, but the Dwarves are winning at this choke point. I like that. King Magni Bronzebeard using Healing Spray to keep his allies alive in that choke point that would have otherwise not benefited them. Bobalar, how are you doing? Oh, fucking A. Is Cenarius dead? Oh no, the Horde is actually doing wonderful. We're about to see some weird fights. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, the undead have to choose whether or not they're going to attack Stratholme or the capital, and it looks like they've gone for the capital, and successfully so, without even the use of a doom drop, horribly. Oh, he's flanking! Fuck yeah, actually. Hold on, this could be good. Green and OJ have decided to start a fight here with the army that's attempting to take over Capital City, and they might be able to make a difference with the flame strikes, the chain heals, their spells in general. This is nice. See, what the North Alliance has to do is group up. If purple. Come on. Your time right now. Your thing to do is push. He's got Arthas Menethil. That's it. He's in Capital City. He is not pushing. He can't push. He doesn't have the money to do so. It's actually up to Green and OJ completely, and Green has a small force here with Sylvanas Windrunner and some of his demis. So let's actually just watch the Capital City. Hope to hold on. Oh, no. Right, they're taking damage from the plague. They're trying to keep their chain heals up, but the undead with this endless source of resurrected undead zombies, demons. There's no dispels inside, and Arthas is trying to run. Arthas Menethil. Okay, well, he can be revived. The good news is as long as Stratholme survives, Arthas can be revived, but the minute the Capital Palace dies, Uther cannot be revived. A running battle being fought here by Green and OJ, attempting to get away from Red's forces, while Red's forces continue to wreck Capital City. Blue's not doing a lot except holding OJ at bay, and I mean really doing a great job of it too, since that Alterac Watchtower didn't go down. It's multi-shot. He's wrecking shop on this army. Their only chance was an early game taking of these Alterac towers. Oh, the tree is now dying as well. Nordrassil is under assault by the Horde. And just pink, in fact. I don't even see gray here, which means he's... Oh god, Arthas is now actually in Stratholme. I hope he gets in a boat and leaves, because if he stays, he's fucked. The gate's down. Arthas, don't do it. Arthas, it's time to leave. Get in a boat. Stratholme is lost. That's too huge of an army. Let's see if I can click on this guy and then he'll disappear. Oh my god. What is this place? There's an under Stratholme area now and I'm confused. They're going on top of the tower. Oh wait, you literally mean like you just walk on there and then you go up here to defend? That's all it is? It's just a... Okay, I mean fair enough. I guess if you put your siege up there or some archers and stuff, that could be really cool. I'm being a little bit thoughtless. Maybe it's just a bug. Simon says I'll be back in 40 minutes. No you won't. Kirasami's units, did Kirasami leave? Yes he did. What a punk. Kirasami isn't even the one who lost at all. He has all of his heroes and he bails. Interesting. I'm more interested in Alale. Alol. Because Pink and Gray are about to ruin him. They've destroyed the tree, his druidic allies are completely gone, and Pink is now bringing the full might of his army down south. And it will meet, what, like some hero groups from Alale? Yeah, they're running already. Yes, they are. Down back to Ungoro, trying to take out as many units as they can individually. They realize they'll have to be a harassment force. Good choice of the Hippogriff Riders. With their multi-shot and their maneuverability, they're excellent for the force and the task he's going to have ahead of him. But the Horde is taking back their control points bit by bit, and Light Blue knows he is on the back foot. With Teal nearly dead and the Alliance taking over Outland, they're going to have a number of control points and the overall control point advantage here soon. We're going to talk about that parts 2 and 3 more. For now, though, the upgrades for Red. 2-2 on his flying units, 2-2 on his siege, yep, 2-2 across the board. And here goes Green trying to hold the AFK player, actually not doing anything, gates down, and Kirasami will die the coward's death, unable to micro his units. Hey, what's up, Bandit? Good to see you. That's neat. I mean, that is actually a neat aspect. Just putting units on the high ground in any situation is very valuable. The fact that they decided to throw that in as an option in a well-defended human base makes perfect sense. I love it. Having all the steam tanks or whatever siege options are up there while defending would be so cool, and it's just within range to actually AoE this spot, right? Just literally tell them to attack that area. Defend with your troops back here and let them come at you. Oh no, Toronto Whisperwind is now in a fight with the Horde and they're going down. There's no chance. Even Baba Roller, he's in the fight and he's trying. Well, maybe there's a chance. Hold on. Hold on. If Light Blue continues to fight and doesn't just take the death of his hero as like the be-all end-all, they could beat the Horde. Yes, they are going to beat the Horde here. What? The Nine Elves, after losing their main tree, after losing the majority of the continent, are actually going to work together for the first time and find that they can beat the Horde army one-on-one. Gray's forces were not that plentiful to begin with, and Pink has gone in with minimal upgrades despite his control point resource advantage. Let's check his money. Alright, not that much actually. He's probably panic upgrading right now and making a lot of units. He will lose the Barons, and I forget the point of the name. Was that Crossroads? Yes, let's say I've invaded it enough times that I should never forget the Crossroads. And received 221 gold from Marcel. Marcel, interesting move. You don't even have enough money to resurrect all of your heroes, and yet you're giving it to your ally instead and spamming units on the front line, just feeding as a bad choice. Go ahead and group up a large army. This is why individual units of reinforcements do not work unless you have built a base close to your opponent. You can't just make them from your base like in StarCraft 2. Oh yeah, go ahead and run there, Space Marine. No, get in a boat, land, talk to the customs agent, get your gun checked back in out of customs, I don't know, and then go join the fight. Or build a base nearby and continue fighting. It's one of those two. Pink has resurrected War Chief Thrall, and the Niles are now feeling pretty good about themselves, controlling most of the south of Kalimdor, which is a total flip-flop situation from the usual. They should control more. As though as the final boss on this map, there I'm calling. I should be not grubby. Is this replay like an hour or 20 something? Yes, Kilroy. So Kilroy, we're actually going to pause here and make this part one.